Well, it's been a while, and my playlist, I say my playlist, what is it? Hang on a second. I've got too many channels. So I had 19 videos for July 1st to the buck full moon. And today at 12:56 a.m., early Monday morning or late Sunday night. So, we're 56 minutes in to the buck full moon. Now let's look at their whole world, as Satanist as it is, as Luciferian as it is, as Mystery Babylonian as it is, it's mainly based off moons, full moons, eclipses, solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, and the moons. So let's take a look. I want to show you some interesting things. Now, that's June, sorry. So July, the full moon is at 7:38 a.m. I just looked at it. It's always kind of 24 hours before and 24 hours afterwards. It's kind of a 48-hour time period. But that's your basic full moon right there, okay? And but I want to show you something very strange, very strange. So the new moon in Cancer is July 17th. It's at 14:31 or 2:31 p.m. That's the new moon. You want to see when it goes full? August 1st at 14:31 p.m. Both at the exact same time, 2:31 p.m. or 14:31. The new moon to the full moon. Now that full moon is August 1st. What's so crazy about that day is there's an 801 in that. Now, this is my second wife and I's combined number times the year, and we have that mathematical anomaly where the middle numbers rotate every other year in a 16-year pattern, and then that'll rotate up one digit. So it was 627, 127 for 16 years. Then it'll rotate up to 628, 128 as the middle three numbers. Look at the 5 8s in a row in 2021. You had a 9/11 in 2020, 9101. And if I'm not mistaken, we had the same thing in the year 2000. Yeah, 910001. And then she and I's combined number, because I'm 82362, she's 55244. That's timesing year, month, and day. I'm 7/6, 1961. And when there's 3 zeros in the middle of our combined number, begins with a 45, which is Trump's big number, followed by 500, which is Antichrist in the Strong's Concordance, G 500. That sounds an awful lot like 5G, just reversed. Yeah, that's by design, as we know. So when you look, there's a total solar eclipse on 24 or April 20th, which is 24 as the date is written in most countries. In our country, we write it 420, but the 24 is there. Now, We also have an 801 in she and I's combined number times the year 2023. And 801 is that first full moon of August. Now, I will tell you, there was a lot of stuff in she and I's personal realm that matched up numerically. And these are sheets. I haven't been doing videos in a while because I've been doing these sheets. Okay. What in the world are those? They're just me tracking how many days there are on a certain date. From an event, from Trump's birthday, from my birthday, and a lot of personal items. And you remember I always kept some personal items here. Now, July 3rd, which is a big day, that was the NBA Hall of Famer's dad, who I was best man in his wedding. He's born August 10th, 1961. His number comes to 15688, and 911 is the 156th prime number. So it's like saying 911, 88. So his birthday is a direct match every 37 days. 37 is the prime number for the church, as it's the 12th prime number, and 12 is the number for the church. 37 is the 12th prime number. And 37 goes into 666, 888, 222, all of those. 111, 222, 333, 444, all the way through 999. So if we go and look at that new moon, of the 17th, that's a lot of stuff there. And do we have August 1st already laid out? Trump turns 9/11 months old, and Israel turns 888 months old on May 14th, 2022. We mark that day. October 8th, 2014, or 88, October 8th, 88. There was a total lunar eclipse. Parallax view. Release date, which was on Trump's birthday, falls on the 1st. Now that's a Tuesday, by the way. And we know Till Tuesday had a song in Donnie Darko. Wednesday was the train wreck from the Addams Family. Thursday is Thor Day. Would he go down on the 1st and rise on the 3rd? I totaled my car August 3rd. I don't think I put that on there. All right, so I do have it on my grid, but I wanted to load it in my spreadsheet too. So July 26th, the day I totaled my car, progression. But that's very interesting that we have. So will something from the personal realm, we remember last year, that same time, when there was the day series, the dog star rose, and we had a midpoint of 2 total lunar eclipses and 2 total solar eclipses, the closest in both directions. 88 days in both directions for the total lunars, 251 days in both directions for the 2 total solars. The 2 total lunars were both in 2022. The total solar was at the first total solar was at the very end of 2021. And this year was the total solar, April 20th. And I just can't tell you how much all of those numbers and days and so forth had to do with the personal realm. And there it was last year, August 12th, the midpoint of all 4 eclipses, total eclipses. and the day Sirius the Dog Star rose, and nobody in the so-called truth community spoke to it except our YouTube channel. And nothing occurred on that day except major items in my personal realm. And 17 days later, somebody very close in our family killed themselves. And it happened to be the person I was having the major, massive issues with on August 12th, the day all of that went down. I don't think anything is going to happen to Trump until something pops in my personal realm, which is why I've been absent from this channel. You know, I had the playlist up. I think something's going to happen in my personal sphere, which would start the clock ticking then for the Trump event. Or the Trump event, you know, is going to happen 2 days before. I think it'll always happen 2 days before full moon because iPetGoat shows him rising up through a full moon. But, you know, tomorrow's a full moon. We'll keep an eye on it. Personal realm, July 3rd, like I told you. As far as everything in their world, tomorrow, October 26, 1985, when they first went 88 miles per hour. Trump announces Jerusalem as the capital, 0 dark 30. Revelation 12 event in the sky, allegedly, 9/23/2017. Nancy Pelosi's birthday. I think I can go ahead and get rid of that. She's sort of out of the news now. An annular solar in 79, New Year's Day, 2000, the new millennium hits on tomorrow, July 3rd. Total solar eclipse, April 20th, 2023. Abomination of Desolation Day. It says backward cipher. Not anymore. It's not. Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Premiere. Premiere. I shouldn't say release date, just premiere. Hammersmith Apollo Theater. Hammersmith Apollo. So that's really about it. I don't really have a date because iPetGoat has exhausted the dates. The thing about iPetGoat, when we look at that classroom, which is where the key to everything is, because it says Trump exit, and it does so in red. Now she's representing the April 20th total solar eclipse, which was in my former wife and I's combined number times the year. And the only other date is 801, which that's the two heads that are synced together like Siamese twins. Why is that? Because you have two moons. These all represent moons. And there's 12 of these guys or gals. But there's Trump right there. But there's 12. But there's 13 full moons in 2023. Yes, she represents one of them. She represents the flower full moon, which when she rolls it, and I don't get anything out of the new video Heliofont put out. I think it's just a time reference. But that right there is your flower full moon. And I can't even begin to tell you. Well, I guess I can. If you've been with me long enough, you've heard me talk about marriage progressions based off of our numbering system. My first wife and I, our combined number began with 51. The next progression would be 52, which is right there in the heart of my second wife's number. She's 5'2", 44. So the 5'2" is right in the middle of her number. And you remember I told you text to Trump 88022. It's got our divorce, everything about us right there. I was her 88 because her and her. Now notice Heliofont is, look at the subscribers, 28.9 or 289. And 89 is my second wife's third marriage progression. Her marriage to me was 88. Text to Trump 88022. Well, what's in the middle of that? An 8, a 0, and a 2. On 802 was when I told her I wanted a divorce. The divorce went final on 22. What's the end of text to Trump? 88022. Groundhog Day. We've shown you that many times. Well, when you look at the flower full moon, from that 802 day, that's right in the heart of text to Trump, to that flower full moon, there's the 53, my next marriage progression, and 89, her next marriage progression. That's insane, isn't it? On the flower full moon, that came from the total solar eclipse. That was the new moon. And remember, the 420 was in she and I's combined number times the year. So the 801 gets to be very interesting for sure. Now you see, if he goes down on the 1st and rises on the 3rd, now that's not a full moon he would rise on. That would have him going down on a full moon. He would have to go down on 2 days before, which would be July 30th, 31st, and rise on the 3rd day. That would be the day he would go down. How many seconds old? Well, there's a 33,888 in it. "77 years, 1 month, 16 days old." I don't know. Now, the flower full moon was straight out of Revelation 11:17, rising from the pit, was the flower full moon. If you add 117 days to it, or 11 days to it, you land on the blue moon. So if we go to the flower full moon to this coming, there it is on the 30th, 8:30. It was a perfect 117 days. That's the rising Bible verse. If he rises on that day, that means that Trump has to go down on the 28th. He would be 28199. The following day, he would be a perfect 28200. And then on the 30th, he would be 28201. Event 201. It's 77 years, 2 months, 16 days, so you have 216 coded. So if I was going to say when he would go down, I think something might happen in my personal sphere around that August 1st or at that August 1st date. And I think the Trump event will be August 28th. That would have him going down on a Monday and rising on Wednesday. And that's what your movie or your TV show Wednesday is all about. That's your white horse. That's your Revelation 11:7, fusing with Revelation 6, verses 1 and 2. Yeah, I think that's what we have to really focus on, the end of August. '86. The out of time license tag is August. We've been over that a million times. 52654 is that number. But you see the big 86 there. It's a California tag. August over here, you see the August, AUG. And over here, you see the 86. So you go back to IPEC GOAT, and all it's really telling you then is that the Trump exit is that year of the rabbit, unless he goes down tomorrow on the buck full moon, okay? Or today, since we're early morning. Exit, year of the rabbit, and then what have you got over here? It's almost like they're spaced apart perfectly. If you go to that exit sign, like if I take my fingers, they're spread as far apart as I can. Oh my goodness, that's a perfect, they are perfectly matched as far as distance. The exit to the rabbit, to that hole in the second moon, that rabbit is sitting exactly in its year of the rabbit, which is also the same year that you have a total solar eclipse new moon that gives you a flower full moon. Next year, you have another total solar in April, but it does not give you the flower full moon like this one did. That's all that's left for IPEC GOAT. That's all that's left. Other than October. October 28th is the Gateway Arch, and there's a full moon on that day. That's my second wife's birthday. Bill Gates, the Gateway Arch that we discovered here from the transfer portal of January 10th, 2022. And you go backwards from January 10th, 37 progressions, and you land on October 28th. It was the second. set of 37, it was 74 days. And there's a full moon that falls on the gateway arch, which would have him going down on the 26th and rising on the gateway arch day. So does iPad Go give you that? You would have to just go ahead on and figure that what you're looking at up front, the gigantic hole in the head, is October. Because this is August. The two heads join, then you got this one here that's September, then you got this one here that's October. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So you just put November here. December, January, February, March, April. She is May, the May full moon, then June, then July. And that July is dark and very hidden in the back, and that's the month that Sirius, the dog star, is hidden. And you got August, September, October. So it's definitely, in my opinion, the date of the Trump event is either August 28th or October 26th. And if we look at Trump on October 26th, he's 28258. I don't hate that, not one bit. On the 28th, 28260. Anyway, hey, it's 138, y'all, for Donald Trump and Simple Gematria, or English Ordinal. So just remember the 1431 time of the full moon and 1431 time of the new moon. That's coming up on the 17th. That's absolutely fascinating. Love y'all.